All right, so thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
The name of my podcast is What You Post to Say, and it's basically we're gonna go down your posts and just have a conversation about the different things that you post and why you post them and what happened, the stories behind them. You know what I mean? You're an interesting guy. You know what I mean?
That's a flex, boy. that's damn interesting too.
Yeah. We've known each other since high school.
High school, yeah.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I know you got a lot to go over. And we may not get all of it in one setting.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
It's impossible to get over everything.
We'll go through different things, but all right. So this is the other way. All right, so this is your page.
Yeah.
Ralph for Real.
Yeah.
Ralph for Real. So a lot of times, let's just start there. Like a lot of times when people go like this, you got something on your on top of the hoodie itself.
It's good?
It's cool, yeah. All right. So a lot of times when people put like real, like like official or real, it's because maybe there's another person out there. Like why the Ralph for Real? What made you use that name?
Man, for myself, I see that sometimes going back to getting the name, I'll tell you why first, but let me just say this, everybody that knows me because you always think you know somebody, you don't know somebody, you know of the person, but my business partners, like yourself,
mm-hmm.
You guys are my brothers, my family, you know what I mean? And I hold that to a standard that you cannot, that's impenetrable,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? If that's how you say it. But one, I'm a little too honest, you know what
mm-hmm.
I mean? And, sometimes my mouth does it, I won't say it to the yay extent, but I do talk. I do like saying what I feel like is corrective in my perspective at the time.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the realness comes from. A lot of times, we dream a lot, and a lot of times the dream, that's what comes out our mouth because we don't hold people accountable. Everything is just like what you hear instead of what you think or what you experience. So I am, I feel like I'm as real as it gets, But I did get the name from the movie Blow. And I know you're a director,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but I've seen so many movies in my life, man. That's a passion that I've had, And in the movie Blow, he kept asking George, who's the contact?
Mm-hmm.
And he got in trouble one time, and he snapped on it. He said, Derek fucking for real. Derek for real.
Ah.
And Derek was the big plug. I think his name was Diego, kept asking George, like, who's this guy? He's like, don't worry about it. And then something happened, and I was like, Derek for real. And I was like, Derek is the plug. He's the real, which was Pee Wee Herman.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Derek for real was Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I remember.
no inclusion to Pee Wee Herman, because, But I was like, man, Ralph for real.
Yeah. Because you the
Ralph
plug.
Stick, huh?
Because you the plug.
I was the plug. As far as the partying, scene and stuff, whatever. Nobody. To me, I don't. That's something that I take full pride in. Being the best host to ever do it in South Florida, in Miami, being the, arguably, I don't know anybody that ever did it like myself or my team,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We snap our fingers and do a party anywhere,
Yeah, well, for those that don't know, your main thing that most people know you for is for promotion for the club. You own a club, Club Euro. In Fort Lauderdale.
12 years now.
12 years. Yeah. And you're opening another one in Atlanta.
Yeah, soon to be open up. Euro.
Yeah.
It's called Euro as well. It's going to be a full restaurant during the day and a lounge at night. Because where we're at, the zoning is not for nightclub, but that's what we do. We do nightclub, so.
Dope.
It's going to be like a supreme, sexy vibes,
Is it you doing a different vibe than the Miami location?
Well,
or?
Atlanta is completely different than Miami, so
Okay.
absolutely.
Dope,
and
dope.
the city where we at is definitely is a different. It's different than outside of mainly Atlanta too. So it's a much more upscale place. So
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Well, let's get started because we're gonna go into a lot of that on your post because I know a lot of your posts is about that world.
Yeah.
So let's see. You have Miami-Dade God first.
Miami-Dade. Well, God is first, but Miami-Dade is home, man.
It's home.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's a rich pride that you have coming from Dade County. It's like the best in the world. You know, everybody know. You know, this the crib. You know, this where the crib originated from. You know what I mean? Now everybody has that as their lingo, but this, you know what I mean? When you think about Dade, you know, Dade County, that's the crib, man. That's home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's home.
Dope.
You know.
All right. So let's just start with your most recent post.
All right, so this was a post that we we do outings every now and then for somebody's birthday. So it was my cousin Smokey to the corner. That was his birthday. Yeah. So you know we don't spend a lot of time with each other anymore. You know, we're adults now. We family man, businessman. So we don't hang out like that anymore. That's when we used to do parties collectively. We're just seeing each other every night, you know, 5 times, 6 times a week, having a blast, drinking, living it up. Like, I think that's life to me. You know what I mean? So that was these are some of my closest, you know what I mean, people that we grew up with. And, you know, so a few of them still missing, you know, like yourself. You know what I mean? But it was his birthday party. So
who's
went
this?
to Prime 112. It's my boy Frank, man. He used to be a professional boxer.
Oh, okay.
And he's stationed out in Vegas now, you know.
He's still boxing there.
No, he's not
No,
boxing
he's not
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
You know,
this
that's
is
Ralph.
Big Ralph.
Big Ralph, yeah.
DJ Big
yeah,
Ralph.
That's my godbrother, man.
Yeah.
That's G's like family, man. I started a promotion games with them, man. Him, Jimmy, AJ, and Ralph. That's Omen, man. Them two right next to each other, top tiers as far as the promotion game, as far as it comes to reggae. Like Hans is the founder of BRT, one of like the biggest Caribbean event in the world right now. You know what I mean? And Omen is he's a hybrid promotion. Him and Jonathan, which Jonathan wasn't there, but they're like top tiers, like second to none as far as like the Caribbean events, and you know, like in South Florida. But then again, if it ain't in the Caribbean, it's South Florida. So you could say basically the world. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And then this is
that's Ricky, man. That's our boy Spoonie, man. His name is Ricky too.
I know.
Yeah. So, man, Spoonie's like we met him. I actually met him through G. I used to own this club Matador. I used to be right there on North Miami Beach, and G used to always be like, "Yo, can you get Ricky in? Get Ricky in." And I used to always see him like, I get Ricky in, you know, and he like, "Yo, give him a discount on a bottle," and I'd be like, "Damn, this Ricky, what you call it, Ricky Suave, pretty Ricky ass nigga," because he had the coolie hair. I don't know why I couldn't stand him at first, but man, you know, he just grew on to us, and now he's a part of our organization. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
You know,
dope. Yeah, I see him all the time. You know,
Yeah.
when I would come out. When I would come out.
Yeah, so that's a brother to all of us, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what
Cool
he's
dude.
like. No, I'm telling you, like, if we need something from him, you know what I mean? He's there. He's always there. Like, he might not be there for the little shit, but the medium to big shit, you could always count on him.
Dope.
Firsthand, without a question. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next post. Let's just go to the second one. Even the second and third. What's catching my attention here is that you always stay fly at the club.
Oh, no, I appreciate that, man. So that's something I take pride in as well, man. You know, I've been dressing for a long time. I felt like no one could, you know, prior to how I am these days, you know, I'm just very comfortable now. You know, 40 plus. You know, so I don't really care about. But at any day of the week, you know, so many attires that I could put together. You know, the Vision 13 of the closet. Get in there and, you know, reconcile. But this was in Dominican Republic. This was at G Money's house in DR, man. They have a mansion in DR. So.
Oh, okay, dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
So
and was it for like your birthday party?
No,
or
it's actually
somebody?
for G's sister's birthday party. Yeah. You know, as you can see it on the caption. You know. Yeah. Oh, no, matter of fact, my bad. I'm sorry. That was for his birthday party. His sister's one was earlier this year. Yeah.
But they had it at the same spot.
Same spot. This is the house, man. When you have a house, that's like a venue. You could do whatever. You have a big house, you could do whatever you want. Yeah. All the kids' birthday, all the adults' birthday, Christmas, everything, Thanksgiving, man. You got a big house, you do whatever you want, man. Yeah.
Let's look here. What is this?
This was a man. This was a funny ass post, man. I find humor in like some. I find humor in like some very different. But if you have volume on it, it's just hella funny.
Let's watch it real quick and then tell me what it's about. Hold on, let me click out of it and click back in.
Huh? Do you know why I put you over? Because I was at the stop sign for too long?
Yeah, what's up with that? Why was you just sitting there?
I was just waiting for it to turn green.
I feel it's better than running through it. Where you headed?
I'm headed home.
Okay.
He look like he's up to something.
Is it?
Okay, and where do your parents live?
They live with me.
Okay, and where do you all live?
We all live together.
Okay, so where's your house?
It's next to my neighbor's house.
And where's your neighbor's house?
Ooh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Next to my house.
Step out the car.
He said step out the car.
Yo, that shit. I had to post that, man. That shit was hilarious too.
Yeah. So you're into the memes and the
some of them
funny stuff.
Some of them, I think the future memes are definitely number one of all times. You know what I mean? All the future memes, you can't miss no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. With the album, memes, can't miss.
Yeah. His Tupac. What is this? What is this about?
So if you go back to the other one, the other posting.
Which one? This one?
No, not that one.
This?
Yeah, that one. That's also Pac.
Oh, there's Pac in this
Yeah.
one too? Let's listen to it. All right, let me turn it off just in case they try to.
Nah, you good.
You know?
Yeah.
So what was this? Why'd you post this?
Because it was the weekend mood, man. You know. So for a lot of people don't know, man. You know, we grew up on Tupac. You know, Pac was like, you know, he's like the greatest that ever did it. You know what I mean? There's I have a different scale of how I measure greatest rappers of all time. You know, you think about Pac, his life was so short, you know, 25, past that 25, but his impact in the rap game and his impact in socialism, you know, being a civil rights activist, you know, it's so big. Like, you know, we're talking about almost 30 years, and he's still relevant.
Yeah,
you know
still relevant.
Yeah,
still being talked about.
Right? You know, people. I still, you know, we used to own this radio station, 927 back in the days, and you know, we had Tupac Tuesday. We only played Tupac. You know?
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, every Tuesday.
Wow.
For the whole day. You know, and I still do that now in my car. Tupac Tuesday. You know what I mean? So, like, some of the things that he said back then, you know, still being applied today in real life. You know?
Yeah, because I see in your caption you write, "If my homies call." Like, what do you mean by that?
That's the name of the song.
Oh, that's the name of the song.
Right, but if the weekend mood, so if my homies call, anybody call, what we doing for the weekend? You know, I'm trying to live life how I view life. You know, I don't view life as just working. You know, I take care of home first. You know, and weekends are very important to me. I live for my weekends. You know what I mean? You know, because if I had it my way, and that you know, and that not to say the least, that's one thing that you know, had stopped me from, you know, having more kids. It's like to starting over because, you know, life is great being happy, and how we measure happy. To me, how I measure happy is just by laughing and smiling. And what brings people to laughter and smile is joy. Doing something that they like to
That they
do.
like,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
they
yeah,
love
yeah,
to do, you know. Whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's going on a trip, whatever makes you happy. Drinking, some people like drinking, you know. So yeah, that's it. If my homie calls. Yeah.
Dope. So I can see that you have a real good bond with a few guys, and that's like, you know, like I said, we've known each other. I've known you. So I've always seen you with the same core guys for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's very important in life.
Yeah, nah, it is, man. Like I said, man, you know, sometimes, you know, they're not blood, but, you know, they're a lot more meaningful.
They're
you know
more
what I mean?
meaningful. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes it's your friends who's there a lot more for you than your own blood, you know?
Yeah, you know.
So I know what you mean.
Yeah, but, you know, these guys are so important to me, to my life, to my, you know, to my establishment, to where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? I can't thank God enough for them. You know, so yeah, I'm very, very, very loyal to these guys. They could call me whenever.
Yeah.
My homie calls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I love you guys always have like your Wednesday meetings.
Tuesday meeting.
Tuesday.
Yeah. We brought you in on.
Yeah.
We're trying to create a skit. That shit would have probably been big by now, man.
Still do it.
Stick by the script, huh?
Still do it. Now is the time when you got it.
Well, everybody's just doing everything else. We're trying to get back to. I know. I mean, life is crazy, man. Because you know, you work so hard and you're in a good place, but then for ourselves, it's like no matter how big you get, we're just trying to evolve more. You know what I mean? Whether it's notoriety or finances, we're just trying to do something else, helping other people evolve in, you know, in the business or whatever the case is, man. You know, you just can't have a platform just blah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Dope. So I'll stop right here.
So this was just Afrobeat. We had Afrobeat not too long ago on one of the parties, you know.
So you usually get like, how often do you get like a celebrity guest at the club?
Man, we used to do it so much. These days, man, it just don't make sense sometimes, you know. Economically wise, you know.
Because you get the crowd regardless.
Yeah, we have a good crowd, you know, but a lot of people these days ain't coming out, you know. Shit, maybe it's us, maybe you know, maybe it's Blueprint and, you know, the marketing game or whatever the case is. But I doubt that though, you know. It's just, I think I, you know, go out and do my research, and it's just people they just not coming out, you know, like they used to before. You know, they don't have the money like that. You know, rent is going up, cost of living is high. It's like they just can't afford it. You know, so. But yeah, that was a good party. It was pretty packed that night. You know, so I would like to say I would love to have them more often, but the way they're pricing as well is
they went up too.
Yeah, they have to, because, you know, cost of living went up worldwide. You know what I mean? So they got to. I can't be mad at them. You know, you know.
Did you guys offset that with raising the cost of entry at the club?
Nah, sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes that
hurts you more than it
hurts you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. And then, so how does this work? Because, you know, of course, you've had like damn near everybody come through to the club.
Yeah, we did.
How does that work? They come through? Do they perform?
Yeah, they did. He came through. He did his performance. You know, it's for some artists, it's like when you're in there and you see the crowd, you know, you don't want to disappoint your fans. You don't want to just go there and just be blah. So, you know, he came in, he did his thing, you know. Yeah, it's a good night. It's a good night. It was on a Friday night. It's our Caribbean night. You know, he did his thing.
Oh, he came through for a Friday night.
Yeah.
So now, because he's Afrobeat
Afrobeat.
Like I'm saying like
Oh,
because
it's
he's an
Afro, yeah.
Afrobeat artist. He comes from that world. Did people show up with the vibes, like with the outfits?
A few people did. Not a few people did. Not everybody. You know,
Okay.
everybody just, you know, a few people did. I would say no more than 3
No, 3
that I could recall.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but he didn't even come in with the.
He just came
with
regular.
the dashiki. He just came regular. You know what I mean?
Because my guy who I had on the last one, he's from Nigeria,
Yeah.
so he rocks.
But
them
then
joints.
again, that's some of the culture too. That's the culture, at what they're in. You know, it could be like a tribal thing. You know what I mean? 'Cause, you know, a lot of people think that's just how they are, and you know, in whatever country there is, and you know, everybody like, you know, single out like Africa has 58 countries. You know, largest continent, one of the largest continents in the world. So we just make it so little by saying Africa, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Instead of saying, oh, like Nigeria, you know, there's people, you know, like the culture consists of 100 and something languages that they speak, different cultures. So not everybody there wears dashiki.
Yeah.
Not every
or agbada.
or agbada, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody there.
I think they wear them. They wear them like we wear suits. Like it's for an occasion. It's for certain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain things. You got somebody.
Yeah.
Is that?
Nah.
They're not.
Nah.
That's not a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So let's just keep going here. So there's a lot of club promotion stuff here. Let me see. Oh man, I mean, this is up here, so we could stop here. Well, I see one with your guys again, with all the guys. But this one here.
So that one, man, you know, this really, it bothered me so much, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kobe, I wasn't a fan of Kobe, you know. I wasn't a fan of Kobe, but you know, the impact he had on the younger generation in the NBA at the time, you know, he was going out. You know, for him to go out like that, it was hurtful. You know what I mean?
This post was like a respect post. Like
It was a really good post. It was a year, I think, after. It was a year. What's it?
this past January.
Yeah, so it's a year.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
2 years.
No, it's a year. No, 2
2
years.
2 years.
Damn, it's been 2 years already.
It's going on 3. So yeah, man, that hurt me really bad because you know, I have we have girls, you know, and he's just doing.
Yeah.
He's just doing what he wanted. He ain't asked for no credit, you know. Like I don't like credits, you know. But like I respect that I respect where he was going after basketball. I still love this game, but I just wasn't a fan, you know.
No, you wasn't a fan because him being on a different team or
No, I just
him?
I like very little, you know. I'm a fan of the game. I like you know, I wasn't a fan. I love to see him play. Yeah, especially in his later years when he, you know, won championships without Shaq. You know, that's when, you know, I like, okay, you know, he deserves his respect. He's given his respect, but you know, just to you know, to try to see what Gigi was gonna be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could already see she was gonna. It's gonna be a serious problem. You know what I mean? But all hails to the Most High. He knows what he's
got
doing,
a reason,
and we don't question that.
Yeah.
God is everything. God is perfect.
I saw him 2 months before. I had dinner with him 2 months before
Yeah.
this happened. So,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. See?
So it was like, and I had plans to see him after
Yeah.
that. You know, like he was gonna be in the Hall of Fame, and I was gonna go with Bosh. Bosh had invited me to be there with him. You know, I work with Bosh a lot.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know, but
yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, when we had dinner, I told him, I said, man, I know you got the Hall of Fame coming. You know,
Yeah.
I'll see you there or whatever. And then to you know, not to be selfish and say, damn, I'm not going to get to see him. I did still end up going, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty tough, man. He was a
Yeah.
good dude, man. He was a good dude.
Nah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I respect, you know, so for me, I don't care if I wasn't a fan. If you're like a good person, I'm okay with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't, you know, but if you could be, I could like your game, and if you're not a bad person, if you're a bad person, then I don't respect or honor you. You know what I mean? But you know, he was a great individual. And the way people talk about him, you know, just to see how like he would go to practice 4 o'clock in the morning, make it back to go, you know, take his girls to school, you know, come back, go to practice, take a nap, go pick him up from school. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
that's what I was going to say. Part of his greatness was off the court. It was how he did with his family,
you know.
his kids, you know, like to be able to be there for your kids and be there to handle everything else. You know, one of the things he told me when we were talking is that he knows what he's doing every second of the day.
Yeah.
He has everything scheduled out. He knew, like, there wasn't an hour not accounted for. He knew everything. You know? And I thought that was very, like,
that's big.
Damn.
Yeah, and that shit's serious.
He's very
that is
like,
serious, because you know, that is so serious, man. Because like a lot of people think they do, and they don't. A lot of people think they do and they don't, man.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yep.
That's a good way. That's a good delivery, man. Look, even see after 2 years, see how his message
still. Oh yeah,
is transcendent.
Yo, bro, I had a real connection with there with him. You know, I wanted to save this part of like my for when I sit with hopefully with Bosch one day and do this. But
Bosch will do it, man.
We were having a conversation at the dinner table, and we just started talking about movies because you know obviously he won the Oscar.
He won the Oscar. Yeah,
you know those things.
That was fulfilling.
And listen, he was one of those guys where he said, "I'm going to do this," and he did it. So part of like, and this was something Bosch told me, where he was like, you know, Kobe told him. Basically, he met with Kobe about the movie he was doing, that short that he won the Oscar for, and Kobe told him, "Look, man, I'm going to win an Oscar for this."
Their basketball.
Damn. And sure enough, however long it was, I think 6 months to a year later, here's Kobe walking across the stage, winning an Oscar that he said he's going to win. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's powerful.
Yeah, I feel like everybody, if he has the documentary, so you see a lot of clips from Kobe, and you know, his determination, his fierce to like get better. I think that's the Mamba, because you know the Mamba they bite you for quick seconds and you're done, and it's like 3 to 4 minute survival, right? You know what I mean? There. So he is, you know, I mean, everybody should take that. You know, take that and run with them. Yeah. Like a lot of people say a lot of things. Yeah, I'm a victim of it. I say, yo, I'm gonna do something, and 6 months later, I'm like,
still not done.
You know what I mean? Some stuff I get done, you know, but I want to be able to, like, do exactly what I say I'm gonna do. So now I've been practicing better to just like execute on things that I'm gonna say. And I've been saying a lot, you know, talking to a lot of people, and you know, some of our biggest demise is our own self. You know, I'm gonna start on Monday. You know, and that's why so some of these guys that my partners like Hans, you know, we'll be in a meeting, and then we'll be like, yeah, we gotta get this from somebody, and you know, it's probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, all right, let me call him now. I'm like, dog, man is sleeping. You know, it didn't matter to him. You know, so I'm like,
he needed it. He needed
that.
To get it.
So that's some of the stuff that I gained. You know, I'm like right there on the end. You know, or text somebody. You know, but a lot of times we get lost. Shit get lost in translation. We forget. It's easy to forget. It's like comforting. Oh, I don't have to work on this shit. I don't have to do what I said I was gonna do. I'm okay being okay. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, easy.
Or sometimes we just get caught up in our comfortability, and we're like something like you just said. Hans would do that 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no, that's why he's so great. but that's some of the things that I've learned from some of my partners. That's what I got from them. Hey, look.
They're not afraid to ask. They're not afraid to
They're not afraid
go.
of anything.
Yeah.
Not even at a wrong time, whatever
Yeah,
it might
yeah,
be, a
yeah.
wrong time for somebody. If I need it right now, I get it right now.
Yeah.
You know, you see that shit, I call you anytime of the night,
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
you sleeping or not.
But all the great people, that's what they do, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's
Mike,
what
you know, Michael, not to go off on a tangent, but I did an interview. I shot this thing with all the people most of the people who work with Michael Jackson.
I remember you
Yeah.
told me about that in L.A.
In L.A., yeah. And then the guy who used to co-write with Michael Jackson, Dexter, Brad something, or Dexter, or something like Brad Dexter or something. He said that Michael Jackson would call him at any time of the night. Oh, I got this idea. He'd be asleep in his bed, knocked out, wife, whatever. Michael Jackson didn't care. He would just call at any time with an idea. You know what I mean? So, because when it's one thing I've realized, like I had to do myself with my phone, is I used to try to like write everything down every time I had an idea. But every time now what I do is just to get it out so I don't lose it, I record it. I record it, you know, just at that moment. I don't say, I'll get to it later or nah. Like Sky's in there, she'll tell you. Like,
I know.
Be in the middle of the night, she's waking up, Daddy, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta get this idea. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but Kobe was he earned that name Black Mamba, which I've been face to face, not the Black Mamba Kobe, but like an actual Black Mamba snake.
So he had it, but see, this is how God works though, because he gave himself that because he could strike at any distance, any time, you know. But it goes hand in hand with the personality of himself and little that I know from the Black Mamba, because I used to watch a lot of Discovery, man. You know what I mean? And people don't know that Black Mambas aren't really black.
No.
Yeah.
They got their little different colors too.
No, they're only inside the mouth.
In the
black,
mouth.
Yeah, but
and they're not that big.
Yeah, they're not big. 4 feet is like the largest.
Yeah.
But they're dangerous, boy.
I did a show for Animal Planet.
Oh yeah.
And we were in the Everglades, and the snake, the animal guy, the guy who controls the animals, had the crate in the back of the pickup truck. So I'm walking around the pickup truck, and I just stop at the back of the pickup truck, look inside, and the Black Mamba broke out of the case.
Oh shit.
And came up, and literally was like this close to my face. And the guy was like, "Don't move," and I just stood there looking at him.
Oh shit.
until he came around and grabbed him.
That's a Black Mamba for real?
Black Mamba, bro.
The reason why I asked, because they're super fast.
Oh, no, yeah. He came
Quick.
up, he just stood there. That's why I didn't move. And it was kind of dark because we were out there at night
Fuck.
in the evening.
How the fuck he broke out on the cage?
I don't know.
Man.
And the snake, that's a couple times. I've been face-to-face with the cobra for another show that I did for MTV. Wow. Yeah. No, these things they're real.
Yeah, I love exotic animals, man. I watch Crazy Animal Planet.
I don't mess with snakes.
Crazy Discovery, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's. What's this?
All right, so, man. So, they passed, man. You know.
Oh, they passed away?
Yeah, they passed away. That's why I had
both of them.
Yeah, I had to show respect, man, because, it's funny because. When I, even though I've known you 30 years plus, when I saw you, 20 years plus, when I saw you do this one thing, it was like a pottery. I think it was a content, and it was a pottery, and you had the Madonna song on the thing Miles Away. And I text you. I say, Eric, who sings that song? And I couldn't tell because this wasn't Madonna's of the 90s or the 80s, which my favorite genre of music is the 80s. So and you told me it's Madonna, and I was like, oh, okay. I downloaded the song. I'm like, it's just fire, and that's how we started. That's how we got connected back again. And you were like, yo, you started telling me what you're doing in LA, and like, dog, this is crazy because. One of the things that me and my cousin Joe, we used to do when movies were great, back in the days, we used to go every single week, at least once a week. We used to do matinees, and You know, I grew up on so many movies, so many music, you know what I mean? It's a whole, like a baby encyclopedia inside my head, you know? But, you know, a lot of people don't know this about me. They don't know that I'm from the hood, you know what I mean? I'm from Miami, all over, you know, OT, Liberty City, Wynwood, City of Miami, you know, North Miami Beach. They don't know that part of me. You know, some people see me right now, like, you know, I ain't been through hardships. You know, when I tell them the story, they be like, oh, you real? Like, yeah, I'm real. I'm the real Ralph. You know, that's where the realness come from.
Yeah,
you know, but I didn't, you know, not for nothing, I didn't want to sit in the back and be like, oh yeah, that's, you know, that's a, you know, just because I'm from there, that's, you know, even if I grew up, so I still think I would have still been the same person. I'd have figured out my way. But growing up in the hood, man, we didn't have much to look after, you know. Looked at NWA, you know, saw movies like, you know, Boyz in the Hood, Menace to Society. You know, these were like true live heroes for us, you know what I mean? You know, Monster, you know, when they went to go get their revenge, and he was in the back seat like, cut the lights. And nigga ain't cut the lights. Like, cut the light, nigga. You know? Like, and that's some of the stuff we replay, me and my cousin them sometimes. We replay that stuff, you know what I mean? So for both of them to, you know, had died just like that, it was like, you know, they meant something in a timeline, even though most of the world right now might not know who they are. They still had, you know, they still meant something for me, you know. Just because of the movie. Don't know the person alive, but, you know.
The movie had that kind of impact on a lot of people.
It's an impact, you know. Like MC8 in Menace to Society, you know. He was that gangster that, you know, that I wanted to be like. You know, he was that gangster that everybody wanted to be like. Some people really about that life, you know. And down here, you know, we Miami is known for, you know, paradise look alike, you know, but people don't understand the grittiness
like
about
that,
it.
like Trick used to say, but when you go over that bridge.
Yeah, when you go, you know, people don't understand, man. Shit just ain't peaches and cream.
And we went to high school on South
we
Beach.
went
so we
to
got
high
to
school.
see both.
Right. So
that
I
and
went to
this side.
Beach High. And shout out to Uncle Luke. Luke went to Beach High too. But I didn't graduate from Beach High, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you told me.
I went 2.5 years there, man. It was good though. I wish I would have stayed, but I was just into sports, man. You know.
Where'd you end up going again?
I went to American. Then I went to. I went to Miami Northwestern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last year, man.
Dope.
Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah. You know, and I didn't even know. I'm seeing this now, but I didn't know they had passed. Let's see here. Where are you here? Look like you're in the island somewhere.
All right, so.
Oh, you're in Columbia.
Yeah, I'm in Columbia. So, you know Joe. Shout out to my boy Joe West. That's like they're like my brothers again.
Yeah.
Harvey, Joe, you know, Hess.
Yeah.
You know. So I called.
Wait. Before you go into the story, are you acting here or are you really doing this?
Yo, I'm always acting, bro. Dog, I'm telling you. Yo, I'm like, I told you, I was like, I'm a natural. Yo, I had to. Dog, if it wasn't for my good acting skills, I'd have been dead already. You know, I've been acting since you knew me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know? But no, it's real life, man. So I did what I had to do. So I called Harvey one day. I was like, yo, I'm going out to eat. You want to roll? He was like, nah, he's doing something. I said, all right. He's, you know, at the moment he's trying to get ready, spend some time with wifey because he was going to Columbia. I said, shit, when you going? And he told me, and I was like, okay, nigga, just got my passport renewed, okay. I said, all right, count me in. And then he gave me the thing
the itinerary.
Itinerary. And you know, for me, it's kind of, we was there for like 4 days, but you know, it's tough for me to travel right now, man. The kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't wait 5 more years. Be like, yo, y'all leave me alone, my nigga. I'm out.
Yeah, I was supposed to go on that trip too, man.
Yes, dog. So it's funny because we didn't go to a major city. We went to, Harvey has a client. His name is Edison, and he owns a hotel over there. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This was one of my best trip ever. I
Yeah?
mean, we had the excursions.
Is this one of them right here?
Yeah, this we were on the boat. What you call the bamboo, water rafting.
Mm-hmm.
So we were on the boat, and then we stopped in the middle of nowhere. We hiked up like a mile, 0.2 miles, and then if you go out, and you see that we went to the waterfall. But look how green
Look at
the
that
grass
view,
is,
bro.
though,
Golly.
That's just crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I've
if
been
you
to
go
Columbia.
out, we're at the waterfall. Go back
Right
out.
here? Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
This one here?
Nah, I guess I don't have enough of those. Let me see something. Go click back on.
On the other one?
Yeah, but this was another day too. How many pictures I have on that?
Yeah, that was it. I think that video was the last one.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe I only got pictures of
was
the waterfall.
crazy.
Yeah, that's it. Boom.
The waterfall right
The waterfall.
there. Yeah.
So
What
you know,
what city did you guys go to?
It was the city was called Quimbaya.
Quimbaya. Okay.
Yeah. So we fly into the middle of Colombia, city called Pereira, and then we take a 2-hour drive to Quimbaya, and we did a lot, man. For those 3 days was so fulfilling, and we drank coffee every 2 hours, you know, because that's what they're big in. Drink coffee every 2 hours, and coffee is the best fucking coffee.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
God, it's cheap. Like,
Yeah.
yo, it's cheap out there. You could live there for
Oh.
like a whole year for like 10 grand.
Wow. Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
food is
Food is good.
food is amazing, and then
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's like everywhere. You know what I mean? Some food wasn't all that, but like with anywhere. But then for the most part, the food was there. I like taste the best burger. We went to this nightclub, and it was actually like a bar that it's a club, but it goes out into the streets, man. And down the block is like this hamburger joint. Man, I was fucking gluttony that night, man. I was stuffed from the first one, and I just kept buying. Man, it's crazy.
That's dope. Yeah, I've been to Colombia before, man. It was a beautiful place. But not there. I went to Popayan in Cali.
Yeah. So I got to pay my dues back. I got to go back though.
Yeah. Shout out to Hess right there in the picture. with
Yeah.
you.
So I had to go. I had to leave. Them boys went to Medellin, but I had to leave because I was closing on this house, and I had to come back that Monday. And they were leaving to Medellin, but I was so tempted to go.
Yeah.
But I had to close on this house, man.
Yeah,
It was so important, you know.
Definitely more important than the vacation. You can always
Definitely.
go back again.
Yeah, it's cool. I had to leave.
So what's the purpose for this moment right here?
Okay, so
What's this?
it's just a picture.
Yeah, but like what when you posted this, what were you posting to say? What did you post to say here?
No, it was everything was for the look. Yeah, just the waterfall behind it, you know, the towel over my face, the the Jesus look, you know. Yeah, you know, 'cause they talk about his hair, talk about his skin, you know, biblical.
See, I knew there was something deeper than that. I know you're not shallow.
Nah,
I know there's something deeper than
so,
that.
you know, but just the look behind it, you know, the waterfalls, you know, it just kept coming. It kept coming down. You see, like it traveled all the way. I don't know if you could see the right next, left of the towel.
Yeah. I see
It's a waterfall.
the waterfall
there.
there.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. Bro,
Golly.
it was beautiful.
The moment
green,
there, I'm sure. Let's see. Did you bring some edibles with you?
Nah, you know, Joe had some.
Joe has some.
Yeah, Joe had some, so we took whatever Joe, but they weren't like as potent.
Let's see here. Is this your dog here?
So true enough, this is my oldest daughter's dog now, right? But we had the dog. We want a family once, you know, and she brings her down from time to time, and yeah, her name is Cupcake. She's a pretty dog, pit bull, red nose, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big dog person.
Yeah, I love dogs, man.
That's definitely not the kind of dog I'd be.
Please don't tell me you're a cat person either.
I'm not a nothing person.
You're not an animal
I'm
person.
the animal in my house. I'm the animal in the house.
Shit.
Yeah, but my daughter Skylar, she wants a dog, so I told her when we move into a new spot, I'll get her one since it'll be a bigger spot, you know. What's this here? Let me see.
It's birthday shout out, man. You know.
Birthday shout out, but hold on. But this looks like the young Ralphs. How long ago was this?
This was in 2013, I believe, or 14. One of them. Days were good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Some good days, you know.
Yeah.
Days were good, man.
So So you know, I see your connection with all the guys, myself, and everybody. But there's a special connection between you two. Where does that come from? Like, what is it that connected you guys?
Ralph is my god brother. I mean, you know what I mean. Since we were kids, you know, his kids are my god kids. My kids are his god kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. You know, it's my brother. We, you know, everything that like we had. The other guys are, you know, they have their. When we got together, they were already established and their own. It was just me and him. You know, we doing our things, you know, from jump, you know. So that's just it, man.
He's who you've been rolling with for
yeah, that's my right hand, man.
Long time, man.
Yeah, that's my right hand.
I've never seen you doing anything without him.
No, won't.
Never.
You know, won't. We have a lot of businesses together we don't talk about, but, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, whatever I'm involved, he's involved.
Yeah.
Whether he wants to be or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, he's a good dude.
Yeah,
Man.
nah,
He
great
watches
guy,
your
man.
back a lot. Man.
Yeah, vice versa, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, he does have my back.
Yeah.
You know, I don't expect anything less from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We got to get him up here one day.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
Um,
Get him next week if you want.
yeah, for sure.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's this here? This look like one of them funny memes.
Yeah, it's one of them funny memes.
It's about the stimulus check. Okay, I already see.
You have to hear the caption. You have to hear the.
Oh, the
audio.
let's play it. And he's just standing there, just taking it. Today he's man.
Yo,
I would have been walked away.
He got everything but ice cream. Well, that's life.
I would have walked away, bro. Get that. Let's see here. Okay, so I don't have to guess, but you're a Miami Heat fan.
Man, let me tell you what happened, man. I started playing basketball like I think 8 or 9, man. At Ives Dairy Park.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like, yeah. So we were the Pistons, and I was number 11. So I was a Pistons fan before they won their first championship. Like during the same season they won their first championship, I was a Pistons fan. You know.
Why a Pistons fan?
Yeah, man. Zeke is my favorite player of all time.
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
I love Isaiah Thomas, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing big things too, man. Shout out to Zeke, man. Zeke,
Yeah,
my
Isaiah
boy,
Thomas.
man. Yo, he has the best champagne right now.
Yo, it's
out
funny you said that. I was about to bring that up.
there. Yo, the Sherlin, dog, that shit is a very, very good champagne. Man. Yeah, man. So I was a Isaiah Thomas fan. I was a Bad Boy Piston fan. You know what I mean? That's why I was never a fan of Jordan. You know, but for other reasons itself too. I was talking to Ralph about that. You know, but you know, I don't hate Jordan. I think he's a great person outside. I love to see his interviews. It's always comical. You know, he says the right thing and he has some humor in it too. But I was a Pistons fan, man. But like, I was simultaneously a Heat fan as well. But after like that, when Pat came in, I was like, how can I continue to be a Pistons fan? You know. So like, man, this home team, I rock with home team, man. You know, and that's just how I am. You know, I didn't, you know, when I came here, started watching sports. And, you know, when I was watching football from the first time, first football game I ever saw was Miami Dolphins versus the Bills. And the Bills end up winning the game. And I was like, that's my team right there, you know. And forever then since I went. But I changed. I didn't change to Dolphins. I ain't changed to be a Dolphin fan. I changed to the Heat, though.
Heat fan.
Everything Heat. UM, you know, since the 80s, you know, the what you call them, the convicts, you know, everything Miami, Florida Panthers, Florida Marlins, except the Dolphins, man. I'm gonna stick with my Bills too, especially.
Dolphins been disappointing
Especially
for
since
far too long.
I'm gonna stick with the Bills from the end, man. Especially since, you know, we have a chance to go to the Super Bowl this year, and I'm going to the Super Bowl if we get there.
Yeah.
I'm going there. Yeah.
Well, one thing I met Isaiah Thomas once, or maybe twice.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But when I met him, two things I learned about him. The first thing I learned about him was was about him, which is I felt his genuine happiness in his wherever he's at, however old he is right now. He was smiling the whole time.
Yeah, and he got a big smile.
He got a big smile. And he wasn't like, you know how some people, they overdo it to the point where you think they're just kind of,
it's fake.
Nah, his was like, you could tell he was, look, I'm truly just happy in my life right now, whatever he's doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I appreciated that about him because it didn't feel fake. It didn't feel forced. It just felt like, yo, I'm an older dude now, and I've just made good decisions, and I'm happy. I'm good. I'm in a good place. The other thing that I learned about him through conversation, because I was sitting backstage at in Atlanta. I went there with Bosch, and we went to one of those TNT shows that he was doing. So I was sitting backstage, and then Isaiah Thomas sat next to me, and there was a couple other guys there, but I remember him more so because. Besides that part of him, he started talking about his champagne, his wine, and things like that. And I've done work with like the company Diageo, and those other liquor companies or whatever. But I never learned this, but I learned it from Isaiah Thomas, which is the press of the grapes: first press, second press, third press. And he was explaining how. Because he was also talking to, I forget what the other player's name was. He had retired himself too. But he was telling him about starting wine and what you need to look for. And as much wine and vineyard yards and all that stuff I've been around, I'd never heard of this. And he was explaining how, there's first press, third press, second press, third press, and how the stuff that a lot of guys, especially that they give to a lot of the hip-hop guys and whatever, is third press. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people get headaches and they get from alcohol.
Well, so it's funny you said that too, because one of the things and Zeke is a brilliant. He's brilliant. He's a great guy. I failed to have met him. I was passing out flyers at FIU one day, and he was the head coach at the time, and they walked past, and I just didn't realize it was him. Until Ralph was like, yo, that's Isaiah Thomas. But, you know, I'm not going to be like, yo, even though, you know, you're my favorite basketball, I'm not going to run up on you and be like, hey, coach, you know, I just want to, you know. I respect people's privacy and their space and their time. But he when he was in the NBA, he had a chocolate bar. Yeah, he had the Isaiah Thomas chocolate bar. And, you know, I was watching Inside the NBA with Ahmad Rashad, and that's how I found that out. You know, that was a good Saturday thing for me. That, you know, that didn't take cable. You know, was it Inside the NBA? No, it wasn't Inside.
Yeah, it was. It's up. I know what you're talking about. Though. I remember.
So that's fine. Yeah, but one thing I saw on his interview, he was talking to Shannon Fry, and he was explaining to him about the Sherlin champagne, and then he mentioned that, you know, if you're not a born French, you can't buy land in France. But he bought the champagne company, and he acquired all the grapes rights in Champagne, France. Yeah,
that's major.
That's major.
And I have a feeling he mentioned that.
Yeah, that's major. So
he must have mentioned that.
He's getting all the grape rights. So every other champagne that's produced out of Champagne, he's
getting a piece out of all of that.
And then none of the champagne the champagne is amazing. None of the champagne have any sulfates. It doesn't have that, different stuff. It's like kind of like a natural organic champagne, you know, through the processing. You know, as if you drink like other champagne. Like one of my favorite champagne is Clicquot, you know, but this one has a much natural taste to it. I'm a champagne lover. I don't drink hard liquor anymore. I love champagne. You know, I love the Vouv. Well, the Sherlin, man, that's all I've been drinking lately.
Wow.
You know, that's all
You
I've been
have it
drinking.
at the club too?
No,
serve it at the
I
club?
have it for me. I have it just for me.
That's top shelf, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's hard to like market something. People, you know, like some of the
They probably never even heard of it. They
you know,
probably
and not
never
to say the least, people like who they like, and that's what the game I'm in. I'm in marketing, you know, promotion. So I gotta respect what people like. You know, some of the stuff people love is have good marketing. You know, like. You know, people used to come and buy Ciroc all day long. And I used to be like, yo, this shit is so trash when I used to drink. And I'm like, yo, you know.
He don't mean that, did he?
No, I absolutely mean it. It's just it's trash. Like, there was so much champagne.
That's a Diageo brand.
Don't matter. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know that because I you know, I talked to all these sales reps.
Yeah.
You know, so I learned a lot about the business. So, you know, I learned a lot about liquor in this business. You know what I mean? So I know a lot. But, you know, as far as the tasting, as far as the quality, you know, it was, you know, like on the bottom part. Like, you know, one of the, you know, some of the good vodkas out there are valued very cheaply. Like, one of my favorite vodkas is Smirnoff. It's a very inexpensive bottle, but it's so good. You know what I mean? I don't drink anymore, but that's quality right there. You know what I mean? Grey Goose, quality.
Good stuff, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, decent quality. Ciroc is horrible, but marketing.
It's a great market.
Puffy.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
cannot be mad at that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm like, yo, I wonder what, you know, I would like to know what's in people's head. Like, am I giving them good service? Am I, you know, I don't know, but the branding of, you know, Euro blueprint marketing so big, you know, at its altitude, you know, I don't know if if everybody was satisfied with that, but you know, branding was so big.
Sold a lot of bottles. Sure.
Jordan, everybody think the sneakers. I like some. I don't think all of them looks good, but the branding.
It's all about branding.
Marketing. That's the game.
And when people know when they come to your brand, when they come for a specific thing, they know they get it. And as long as, and people like repetitiveness, you know? So as long as
repetition,
you can,
yes.
Once they can come and every time they want that thing, they come to you and you provide that service or that product. And it's exactly, you know?
I always tell people, I'm like, yo, I digress this a lot to everybody. Like, yo, you could have a shitty ass product. If you have good brand, if your branding is top tier, you can have a great product.
Yeah.
Smirnoff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But marketing ain't that great. You know what I mean? So people like the Patrons. I mean, they like the Hennessy. And that's what happened in Hennessy. You know, true story. You know, Puffy came in, it's a wrecking ball with the Ciroc shit. Like, dawg, this shit was big. This shit was big. Like, fucking people drinking Hennessy, they stopped drinking Hennessy and started drinking Ciroc. And
Wow.
yeah.
They went from, what is that,
They
brown?
went from dark
to
clear with different artificial flavors. This is how big marketing is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's big. And Hennessy was like, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. Man, they did a branding so big. I mean, they gave us so much money. They gave everybody so much money.
Wow.
They did it the right way, man. They got a strong holdback.
Is that a Hennessy? Is where's that from? What country is that from? Or is it American?
No, that's Hennessy. That's France.
That's a France.
Yeah, Cognac France.
Ah, okay.
That's where if it ain't from Cognac, like if you see Remy, it's not from Cognac. But it's Remy. See, that's a lot of times people don't be knowing this, right? So all these liquor, like even the the dark one. Those are brandies, right? So what makes it a cognac if it's from Cognac, France? Yeah. So Remy is from Champagne. It's a brandy.
So these are named after places.
Hennessy is a last name of somebody. Jack Hennessy.
Ah.
I think Jack Hennessy. But, from Cognac. But it's the type of liquor it is. It's a brandy. You know? Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, but you didn't talk about it. Now, a lot of people talk about it, but they don't know.
Yeah.
But they be wrong. But a lot of people get their resources from they.
They. Dope. Yeah, that's good, man.
That's
good.
crazy.
Let's see here. Oh, man, we got to stop here. I see the Universal sign. That's
Yeah,
Universal
so
sign,
this
right?
was a LeBron.
Universal,
I think
let's
this
see
was
that.
a LeBron movie. I think he produced this movie. I forgot what the name was. Maybe you'll see it, but it's a funny clip though.
Let me play the sound.
Getting divorced.
Yeah.
Don't cry. I know you're upset. I know you're confused. I don't know what your mother told you, but let me explain it from my side in terms you can understand. You got your doll, right? You got your doll there.
Yeah.
You got your doll. You like your doll, right?
Yes.
You love your doll.
Yeah.
Yes. You love the doll. But what if I told you that was the only doll you were allowed to play with the rest of your life? How would you feel?
Don't tell me he's trying to explain why he's cheating on
Just
the
saying.
girl.
Because there's a lot of other dolls on your shelves. And if you play with the other dolls, you can't have that doll anymore. Even though that doll doesn't really want to play with you at this point. You're both living a lie. There's other dolls you like, and they're making new dolls every year. You want a stewardess doll?
Yeah.
What about a slightly overweight cocktail waitress doll?
Wow.
Yeah.
What about a doll who happens to be best friends with your main doll?
Yeah. Yeah.
It could happen, right?
Yeah.
What about a doll you only play with
was
one
train
day
wreck.
and never see again?
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
LeBron.
What about a doll where your friend's playing with a doll and he needs you to, kind of man up with the other doll? You don't even want to play with that doll, but you do it because your friend's playing with that doll. You don't want to sit there and leave the other doll unattended.
Yeah.
So that's why me and Mom are getting divorced. Monogamy isn't realistic.
Monogamy isn't realistic.
Again,
That's
Monogamy
hilarious.
isn't realistic.
again.
That's hilarious. And I like that you really into movies, man. Every time we talk, we always talk about something about
it's
movies.
crazy, man. Yeah.
And I know you want to act, so
No. I am going to act.
Well, you have.
Yeah,
You've been in what?
yeah.
How many of my projects you've been
you
in?
have,
already?
you have
Like
put
two,
me in like 3 of them.
2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
And I appreciate you, man.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
about like when your friends want to do something and you have the ability to put them on. You know what I mean? Like
Nah,
you do
I'm
for me
all
too.
that, yeah.
Whenever I need you, whenever
Yeah.
I need, you know what I mean? You're always
I'm
there.
all
We
for
have to
that.
be for
Whatever
each other,
you need, bro.
All right, so here, let's come here. This was a very tough moment. You know what I mean, for a lot of people.
Chadwick. The first movie I saw from Chadwick was Get On Up. I still haven't seen Thurgood. But I saw Get On Up and I saw Jackie Robinson, 42. And I'm like, yo, this is gonna be our next Denzel. But the way he played, going back to YouTube and looking at different interviews with James Brown. Didn't see none with Jackie Robinson, but just seeing his mannerism from playing baseball. And I was like, yo, this is different. And this was before he even got big. This was before he even got big. And I was like, yo, Denzel's my favorite of all time. And I was like, the sky's the limit from him. But, for me, this was like, you never know. That's why for the last 5 years, I've been just reaching out to people, anybody like, yo, just saying what's up, man. Just telling you, hey, some more than others, but just, hey, I know we ain't spoken like whatever, but, just thought about you. They call it giving you flowers, and nobody knew he was dying until he died, and I'm like, not Black Panther, you know. Because, you know, when Denzel acts, whatever movie he's acting, whether he's a police officer, whether he's a lawyer, I believe that's his profession in real life. Training Day, I believe the motherfucker's a crooked-ass cop. You know what I mean? He changed my mind of who he is. You know, this man did it too. You know, so if I ever saw him, I'd be like, hey, James, Jackie.
He did a great job with James
Great,
Brown,
even
boy.
great is the understatement.
Ooh.
You know, it's nothing you could really say.
Yeah.
You know, it's work. You just have to see the work. You just can't see. So, yeah, that hurted me too. You know.
Yeah.
You know, that hurted me. That
Great loss.
You know, maybe I have some selfish reasons behind it. You know, like I'm not gonna want to watch whoever, like who's the new Black Panther. I'm not gonna be too intrusive to say, hey, you know, I'm gonna be biased because I love Chadwick.
How do you top that?
How do you top it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why, you know, it's my guy, man.
Do you think they should do, or I haven't seen no, they have a new one coming out.
They have a trailer for the new one coming out next month.
But do you think they should do like what they did with Paul Walker? What was his name?
Yeah, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
For Fast and the Furious.
For Fast and Furious. Remember how they brought his brother in and then they did the face replacement, the digital replacements to make it, you know, to finish the movie. Do you think they should do that with him, or they should just leave it alone and kind of create a story around why T'Challa's not there? You know what I mean? And kind of keep it going.
You have to. The story won't be the same without T'Challa. But you can't. You just have to get another figure. Like you have to get somebody. You know who would have been a good Black Panther? He's gone too. Michael K. Williams.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he'd have been a great Black Panther, but he's gone too. You know, and I sit there and I'm like, yo, maybe Denzel could do it, but like, it
He's
won't be
too
the
old
same.
now. Yeah, he'll play. Maybe his son. Nah, maybe not his son.
David Washington is a great
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, he did his thing. He's doing his thing. Just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Michael B. Jordan just wouldn't be the same, especially since he's the
Creed.
but
he's
the
Killmonger.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like,
But she killed that Killmonger role too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he could have been less Americanized, but that's my personal opinion. But it's really hard to anybody that plays a character that passed. It's really hard to say, hey, you know, with a family member. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cube's son in NWA, yo, solid.
Yeah.
I that's Cube right there. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Yeah. But see, that's his character. He's the original Ice Cube. Cube couldn't play that role
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I mean? That was good, but it's just really I'm gonna still watch the movie, but I'm just not gonna.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how they work their way around that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the feedback was on what they did with Fast and the Furious. I don't know what people's general feeling was for that, but I'm not sure. I'm a little on the fence about that too, because you know, if the person's gone, does that mean if they do that with him, will they just start doing that for all the old people that we miss and love? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or we just leave it at, you know, where it's at and continue on, you know?
Yeah.
Let's look here. You know, I kind of don't want to touch on this kind of stuff
Yeah,
just in my personal life.
Yeah, that's fine. You
know what I mean?
know,
I don't really. I've been cleansing myself from anything that has to do.
I'm okay with that.
You know what I mean?
I'm okay with that. And so if you're not gonna touch on that, then we don't want to touch on the Donahue
one here?
either. Yeah.
This was on something like that too.
Well, it's Farrakhan. You know.
Okay, we could do Farrakhan.
Okay.
It's just I'm not
Yeah,
big
you
on
gotta turn the volume.
continuing to watch images
Gotta
of
get
us.
get out, and come back in with the volume.
See
You know.
Those arrogant persons. You know, when you tell us go back, please remember where you came from. And when you want to relegate somebody to a specific place, just remember what your origin is in this world. Please, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I want you to understand that you, wherever you are on the earth, you're not a native anywhere. You came there and took it from the native people who are there. So please don't talk about going back, because if others talk to you about that, where would you go?
He's real, boy.
I seen them talk with Joe. Joe brought me Joe. You know, Joe. They were like when they were younger. They were cutting barber with the guy that owned the barbershop they were at. He was a Nation of Islam. So we went to go see Farrakhan talk at the Joseph Caleb. No, interesting, you know, because I didn't before that I didn't know much about Farrakhan and just what I learned at the barbershop, you know. But you know, there's some things in the world that you could say that's not the truth, but it makes sense. But that's the truth, and it made sense. You know? Yeah. So I once in a while I gotta let people know, like, hey, look, you know, we living in this world, and things are how they are. You know, change will probably come in the next 100 years. We don't know if we're gonna be around for that, but we can't forget history. History is so important to anything, man. You know, that's why we go back. And we always talk about, hey, you know, where we come from. You know, history. Even when you're courting a woman, history is something that is a lost trait, and that's why sometimes the relationship, or all the time the relationship doesn't really mesh. You know, history is very important.
Very important.
Very, very important.
He's you know, I don't want to talk about him passing away one day, but when that happens, boy.
No, so yeah, that's a conversation I was having with the team. I was like, man, look, when Farrakhan goes home, who's gonna be there? Because for some reason everybody just apparently just dies, you know, and it's impactful too. That's why the strength, the blood of us, you know, runs so deep and so high and so strong, because a great one of us die, even somebody that's not as great, the impact, you know, not to say the least, you know, like, you know, don't want to speak on, but, you know, someone passed the other day, and people were like, okay, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
So, you know what I mean?
people move on very quickly, man.
Yeah.
When
But we last a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely impacted the world.
Yeah. Like Pac. We still talking about Pac.
Still talking about Pac.
You know?
But that's, you know, he did something that touched people, you know. And when you've been part of, you know, a lot of people's lives in some way.
Who are you talking about, Pac?
Or just anybody in general too. Like when you've done something that touches people in a certain way, your legacy lives, you know, way past. Like Pac,
absolutely.
Pac don't know me. If he was here right now, walked, he wouldn't know. But
absolutely.
we feel like we know him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
X, Martin, Mike Jackson. You know,
You know.
I salute all these, man.
Yep. Let's see here. What is this? I just see numbers and.
No, that's what I ran. This was I ran that. I didn't put the. If you just click on the page, just click on the picture itself. That's it. So now that's just my miles that I ran that day. This was.
And it says ran for Ahmad.
Oh yeah.
Who's Ahmad?
Remember, everybody is walking. They walk for Ahmad Aubrey.
Is it Ahmad Aubrey?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you did the walk.
Yeah, I did the run. I jogged, or ran. Yeah, I ran because he was running. So I ran for Ahmad. So I did 2.3 miles.
Where was this?
By my house. Yeah.
You wasn't part of it. You just did it. On
Yeah,
a solo.
well, it was a thing in social media. Just.
I mean, but you wasn't out there with a group. You just did your thing.
It was a few of us. It was like three of us. But I put up, what I did. I try to do my part, But it's cringe. It's cringing down on everything. Everything is just getting over in abundance now. Like, I guess they're trying to send a message that it's okay to do what they do. You know what I mean? Because, like, the officers, they're still working. Like, if you went to something that happened and you saw that it was okay with this, based on what? Come on, dog.
Well, from what I gathered from that situation too, like, they were trying to help those guys versus get justice for Arbery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so now, why aren't they being held accountable?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying
yeah,
to you?
Yeah.
Like, these are people that are protecting and, you know what I mean? So right now, I feel like it's just being anyhow, that's another.
Yeah. But that's very noble of you to take on something like that. You know what I mean? And, that shows the side of you that
Yeah. Now we gotta some way somehow protect one another. You know what I mean? Some way somehow.
Dope. Let's see here. We got Ralph. Big
That was
Ralph.
the party flyer.
For his birthday?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Is this Columbia?
That's Dominican Republic. That's Boca Chica. So this is 2009, this picture. It's just a throwback Thursday. So Eves, we all related, right? So Eve's the third one. This is Rudy, my cousin Rudy, big cousin. He's the oldest of us, right? So he was in Iraq for like a while, doing his duties. And he came back home. Like, yo, we're going to DR. We're going to celebrate. He's coming back home, being alive and stuff like that. So we went there. That was my first time in DR, man. I had a blast.
DR is fun.
Went into the ghetto, gave some money to the kids, you know what I mean? The funny thing about DR, man, everybody always asks me, am I a Dominican? So I always ask them, I'm like, are you Dominican? Whether it's a black person or not. You know? And people don't know, man. It's like, they ask me if I'm Dominican, but they don't know, like, the majority of Dominicans are dark-skinned. You know what I'm saying? The majority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because they're mixed with African and Spaniards and the Indians.
They're Haitians first.
They're Haitians
the
too.
Africans that came over.
Yeah.
They're colonized.
Yeah.
The blacks don't think they're the blacks.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
And it should just be funny to me,
Yeah,
colorism is.
No, it's a big thing, man.
It's a real
It's a big thing, a lot of, especially in the black, it happens in everything, because even Cubans, there's black Cubans, and they get discriminated by the white Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad, but.
Yeah, and it's a war, man. It's a war between love and hate. We out here trying to preach love. And
everybody just got to understand why that is, though. I don't think they understand why that is. Let's look here. Super Bowl party, New Year's Eve party. And so all these parties, you have them all at Euro. Basically.
All of them at Euro, yeah. So one thing about myself, we do other venues as well, but the money has to stay in house, man. You know what I mean? The money has to stay in house, and that's just.
Well, give me some history on the club itself.
Well, the club itself.
How did you guys get? What were you guys doing before? And
we were at Matador. We had owned Matador for 6 months. We bought in with some some partners. They're people that we were introduced to, somebody that we knew. We put money into it was a restaurant. It's Matador was an Argentinian steakhouse restaurant. So we got out some of the part, and what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to gut out and make it into a nightclub at night, just like we're doing at Atlanta, but it was supposed to be a restaurant during the day. So the other partners, the husband and wife, I'm not going to say their name, but they were supposed to keep the license, keep the restaurant going. So the first night, we made so much money, they lost track of every fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Like, we just kept making money. Like, we were down maybe like $250,000, and back then, $250,000 is like, what, like 600 something thousand now? Yeah. It's $250,000, and then it was like, fuck, we're not opening up this restaurant no more. And then we end up losing it in 6 months, and we were so hot then. I wanted to do concerts. We were hot. We had this great team. I believe in my heart that would have been like millionaires then, doing concerts, because concert was the thing. You had like hot rappers out there. T.I., the Gigi was hot. Ross was hot. Everybody you can name, and that's when people had crazy money, tickets, but partners, they wanted to do a club. I think I was the only one that wanted to do concerts, and Hans was back and forth. He was conflicted because he wanted to do concerts and club. But back then, we didn't have what we have now, Yeah, so we went and we got Euro as a better long-term. And that's just how God works, man. It's better long-term because Euro set the bars for us to do other things. And because of Euro, we end up doing other businesses that's, that no one knows about. We don't talk about it, anything like that. We don't go out there and be like, yo, this is our business. And we don't even tell people we own Euro, but we have friends, we have people that are so proud of us, They'd be like, yo, my friend owns this, and that's how,
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we don't ever mention we're club owners, man. We just like, hey, I'm a promoter, best that ever did it,
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what I take pride in, not a club owner, but, yeah, so that, 12 long, hauling, grueling years, we still there, man, and some nights you be like, wow, And it's funny because, we don't promote, like, I don't promote to my age group anymore. They're not the ones partying.
You still keep it to the...
No, it has to be to that 21, 20, 35 age group, Yeah,
And how did that... well, I mean, of course, you guys probably... Because, you guys are basically a staple in Miami because everybody hears you guys on the radio every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially your name and Big Ralph. Like, you guys are, like, constantly every week people are hearing your names on the radio. Like, how has that...
So, no, I don't think no one... A lot of people personally knows us, young and old, to some way, somehow, But one of the things, in the nightlife industry, it gets old very quick. One of the things that we were able to do, starting Euro, because we're based out of Miami, we had everybody from Miami come into Fort Lauderdale, and that's never been done. Nobody from Miami goes to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. Now, Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, goes to Miami. But we did the reverse, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things, what's one of the big accomplishments, and that's one of the ways that we were able to stay relevant.
Yeah.
So right now we don't even, like, we're still there, but it's always the fresher, younger generation that we're hosting now because our peers, coming into the club, you know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I probably wouldn't go to the club.
Yeah.
you know, I remember a few times talking to some of my friends from, you know, some of the friends from high school, Kraymon. Yes, he's like, man, I want to, you know, I be wanting to go to Euro, man, but he be having a little chits. And I'm like, yo, we're old. I said, everybody's young to us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's young, so
and they living it up like we used to.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, look, I don't promote to you guys. Because you guys, you know, if you guys want to be old, I can't tell you guys nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's what I believe have kept us so young and so long for so many years, you know what I mean? You know, because youth is a vibration. Like, you could look young, but if you don't feel young, then, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, if I feel young, I feel good. Yeah. You know.
Well, you got it. I think because you're around it too.
Yeah, it keeps you young. Yeah. God is excellent, man. I'm telling you.
You take it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's good. Yeah, no, I've had a lot of great times at Euro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. Like, we lived it up.
Yeah.
We lived it up.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, part of the reason why I stopped going to South Beach was because of you guys.
Yes, a lot of people.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people.
First time I went out there, I was like, damn, y'all found a gold mine.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people said
the area, the vibe of the club, like, and you guys always like revamp it every so often to keep it fresh.
Every
you know
2-3 years we redo it. Yes.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. Yeah. This sounds like something the club promoter would post.
Drink. Let me see. I can't drink a bottle and fall asleep, and people say it's cute. Let's go back in. Go in.
Let's see.
But as soon as
I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, it says a baby can drink a bottle and fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's just adulting.
yeah, that's dope. It's funny.
Yo, these things are memorable to me. Like, yeah, I forgot I even post these stuff, man.
Yeah, Bob. I want to go to Bob Marley because I want to get your take on Bob, but this here, so this is like almost like a every weekend thing that you do, right?
This is a lifestyle, man.
Yeah, lifestyle.
Yeah.
One of my first time. I mean, my first time was in Hawaii, but my next time after that was coming out with you guys.
Yeah.
Dog, you guys go out there.
It's nothing like it, man. I mean, bro, it's like Miami. It's it. You know what I mean? And I try not to argue so much about Miami. You know, because you know this is home. Home is where your heart is at. You know what I mean? You know, and the water is so different. Like when you're out on that ocean, it does so much things to you. Like you're not even thinking about the stress, the bullshit that's going on. Even if you don't have none, it's like it'll be like a plus, man. So this is a lifestyle. This is something that, you know, I grew up poor, man. Like poor. Like even when I was in school, man, I didn't have nothing. Like I would come home and there's no lights and, you know, ain't no water. You know, so as soon as I started getting a little bit of money, I found myself buying some shit that I didn't even use. Like, you know, sitting there and I have like 2 drones. I ain't touch them. All the game console. I never play video games. Well, one thing I did do is I fucking love these jet skis. Like, yeah. It's so many times I was like, man, we're gonna buy a boat, and I'm still thinking about it, you know, as I get older. But I'm like, yo, the jet ski, man. One thing I'm not gonna do without is not having the jet ski, man.
No, it's fun.
Yo, that shit is amazing.
So how did you guys? Because it's a group of you guys that always go out.
Yeah.
How did that? What sparked that? Who started that?
So me and Eve's cousin, his name's Smokey. His nickname's Smokey. We used to kayak. I think 2012, 2013, every weekend. Used to bring our little what you call it, you know, the little igloo. But
the cooler.
The coolers. Shit, coolers, but not hard coolers, but you know.
Yeah.
Paddle out there, and yo, we used to have a great time even, like.
And you're talking
kayaking.
about out to the sandbar.
Yeah, from Olita Park, right?
Yeah.
Used to have a blast, bro. And you go home and you like fucked up and you done for the day. And then we used to get late to Euro. And back then we were like deep into like the promotion. Like I'm hosting, but I'm reaching there at 1 when I'm always there at 11, you know. And I was just like, man, cause this paddling shit getting played out. Everybody will come up, they jet ski. So one day we were like, all right, we're gonna get in jet skis. So we end up getting 2 starters, you know, older models, and did good for a while, and then we just, you know, we didn't know it. That's how you learn shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You buy,
Which is smart.
Yeah,
You start like that to get the hang of it.
So then we could just end up getting all up to dates now, you know.
This is your latest one here?
Yeah, that one, that should have like about, it guts out about maybe 3-something horses. Yeah, I got some stuff in it, man.
Damn.
It goes about 81 top end. I didn't want it too much. I mean, like, I got kids, and, you know, people don't understand. That water, you got to respect that water, man.
Gotta respect it,
You
bro.
people have no idea, boy.
Yeah.
Water ain't like concrete, but it'll demise you.
Oh, yeah.
As quick as concrete.
More ways than one.
Yeah, more ways than one. You know? But you know, we're expert riders. So after we got ours, we started talking to other people, and they started getting theirs as well, as I can recall. You know, I can't recall anybody that I didn't know prior to us having one that had one before us. You know, this was like 2013. You know, so yeah, I've been very fortunate. We getting some, and I had my very first one, but my third one stolen. Yeah, and that's the one that I loved a lot. Just like my 4th or 5th one, remember? Yeah.
Oh, dope. Nah, there's good times.
It's a
man.
lifestyle, man.
I've been out there with you guys
Yeah,
a
yeah,
few times,
yeah.
man. It's dope. So let's talk about Bob. What would you post this for? What was your inspiration here?
I'm sort of what you call a militant. You know what I mean? I love my black people, man, and I feel like my ideology is like everything that we've been through.
Hold on. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but you just said something that's like sound genius. I don't even know you realize what you just said. I gotta use it. So I think you meant to say my ideology.
My ideology.
But you said my IG-olgy.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's dope.
Yeah. My ideology, my bad.
You know what I mean?
All right, so
Ideology,
I guess my tongue,
that's
my
dope,
my
though.
ideology, right? You know, yes, sir. It's definitely my tongue sometimes get caught up. Yeah, my ideology is like, we think of how perfect God is, right? Right? And we sometimes don't trust. I mean, like, if God's so perfect, then why, you know, people always question, like, why did he put us in so. So I'm like, so my thing is, like, if I think God is perfect, whatever happens in life, I don't question it. If I think he's perfect, if I believe he's perfect, I'm not questioning it. Right? So one of the things I said to myself, I'm like, why not us? Who are tougher than us? You know what I mean? Imagine if it was them. Imagine. You know what I mean? So I like to say, hey, you know what? We always sit there and say, hey, you know, trust the process. But we get so emotional.
We really don't.
And then we just like, you know. So I like to practice what I preach. So I'm like, I'm glad it happens to us. We're tough. We're one of a kind. That blood is so strong. It's so deep. Like, if it was somebody else, any other race, it'd be havoc. You know what I mean? I don't know how they would hold. We're tough. We can absorb this and still be happy and still go on with life and still
create greatness.
Still
from it.
create everything great, because everything that has been created comes from us. Think about it. Everything that, but now they like to take it and say, oh yeah, we did this. People still think rock and roll was, But I'm also a rebel. I'm also a rebel,
And I stopped here too because I remember, I can't remember if it was while in high school, but I definitely right after high school, you had the long dreads.
Yeah. Locks.
Now, were you had the locks and stuff.
Yeah.
Were you becoming Rasta?
Well, thing is, Bob was special to me from birth. All the songs, I feel like I'm a Rasta from birth. You know what I mean? Might not practice it, 'cause I never smoked a day in my life. I don't practice the religion, the reform, or, but I feel the vibration is, a Rasta from art, from my heart. So, Bob, again, like Pac, this is more prolific than anything we've ever seen. This, to me, one of the, if not the greatest human being that ever walked Earth. Then probably the second. You know what I mean? He did so much things unspoken about. Went to different countries to peace.
To push the peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To help. Without Bob, there's so much to go on. These are people that you look at like dog, how can they do so much in so little? Like, dog, that the impacts goes like him, Mike, Tupac. They don't ever had to introduce themselves. You know what I'm saying? The impact.
Yeah.
Even to this day.
Yep. Even through their kids. Through his kids.
To the kids, right.
His kids are incredible musicians. Kimani
Yeah.
and Damon and
Love all of them.
Junior Gong, all of them, man.
Great.
Awesome. I've been around the family. I've been to their home. I've shot some stuff with them. Like you would, you in the presence of Marley's people, but you feel at home.
I know.
They make you feel at home around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not.
Yeah.
Like to be that big, to have that much power. When I say power, I mean like
absolutely.
influence and like.
But that's
recognize it, and they're just.
That's what Bob did, though.
Yeah. He set the tone, man.
Yeah, there's not there. Talking about finding your own. This is a blessing to have a dad like this.
Listen.
I can't think of. I didn't know Mahatma Gandhi. I didn't know Elijah Muhammad. I didn't know any of these. But to see the impact, and for me to think, to say, hey, look, this was one of the greatest human beings without knowing everybody else. To me, it speaks volumes for my own personal beliefs, because I could look back and say, speaking of another Jamaican, like a Marcus Garvey, with his idea, to have everybody get back to one. Get back to one. What an idea. You know what I mean? What an idea, you know?
Well, I think they had the right idea, but the ways of the West, which was not just to have what you need, but to have more than what you even want, so that you can have power over others, is what, you know what I'm saying? It became a cancer, but the ways of them was to just live within what you within your reach, be happy with it, and your value came from how you were with your family and your kids and what you you know what I mean, like their lifestyle, like that peace, having peace with other people, like that's harder than hating somebody.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel,
but in a way, it's the easiest thing in the world.
I feel
but
like
it's
I was
hard
about to
for
say
people.
that I agree with you on that. I feel like what you said was correct to me, because I feel like it's so much easier to just say, hey boy, I love you, instead of me like, man, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
But energy.
But life has made it so much harder to do that.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I know, because of all the stuff. Like, man, tell y'all, bro, man, I tell you, I love you all the time, bro. And shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
I mean that, man. And, I don't have no. If I have to sit there, these people are what you said is true. It's hard because you got to worry about what the next nigga might think, or some niggas be like, oh, no homo, like, bro.
Or being
like,
soft,
or soft, like, you know what I mean? I'm past that stage, man. You know what I mean? I'm past that stage, but no, getting back to Bob, man. It's just Bob was everything, man. Just growing up, I know everything. Bob, like, we're Aquarius. Yeah, I'm the second, he's the sixth.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
really close. That's dope. That's dope. And he's worldwide, man. There's not a place you go where you don't know people don't know who Bob is.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right.
So that's one of the stuff. What I put up there is just honoring him on his birthday, and that's one of the lyrics of one of his songs. Yeah, Rebel.
What song?
The song is called Rebel.
Rebel.
That we refuse to be what they want us to be. We are who we are. That's the way it's going to be. If you don't know. If you don't know, you can't educate her. Yeah, shit bad. It's bad. Yo, man. Every lyric, word for word.
I can imagine living in that time,
It's amazing. Yo, it was.
I think he died. What year did he die?
81.
I was about to say, I know he died around when I was born, somewhere around there.
Yeah, man. Amazing.
All right. So, as we're getting closer to like the end of this, what I like to do is play. It's like Russian roulette.
Okay.
I guess I should call it like Russian scrollette.
Whatever.
Right? Where I'm just gonna roll it.
Yeah.
And you just say stop, but you can't look. You just gotta tell me stop. But pick middle, left, middle, or right.
I got you.
Pick left, middle,
That's
or
cool
right.
as shit.
And I'm gonna just roll it. When you say stop, I stop. And then
I like it.
We speak on that.
Let's roll.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Ready? Go.
Stop. Right. Middle.
Middle?
Yeah. Right. Wait. Mid bracket is 3 sections. Middle. Right. Okay. I was saying right
here. Well, let's go here.
All right. So this is BRT.
Okay.
This is 2018 in New Jersey, Atlantic City. So I think this was the second year we did BRT up there. And
damn, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
how many people showed up?
That year was like 10,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah. I have I like Atlantic City, man. I don't know how. I've never been. That it has so much history. You ever seen Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah, that's where they did.
So much history. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So but just the physicality, just the way Atlantic City looks, it's dope, man. Yeah. So this is one of.
So what does it take to put an event like this together? Like, because this is insane, and then especially because you guys are from Miami.
Yeah.
So to go to a whole nother state and do something like this, where look at that, 10,000 people show up for an event like this.
Takes about a million plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
And a lot of promotion.
A lot of hard work goes behind a lot of stuff we do, man. You know what I mean? With anything, So you work so hard, years after years. So sometimes later on, it just becomes like second nature. And it becomes easy. Stuff starts slowing down. So when you started out filming, you know, and now you like, okay, you know, how we were setting this stuff, this production. All right, check this one, check boxes. Check boxes become easier now.
Yeah, yeah.
You're eliminating time. Yeah. You're eliminating the wastage of time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah, that's it. And it's also a learning. It's just everything is learning, you know what I mean?
This was what, one of your first ones?
That's the second year up there.
Second year?
Yeah, we've been doing BRT since 11 years now.
11 years. And it's grown? Like, if this was 10,000 then, what is it now? Like, the last one you guys
was
did?
like 20,000.
20?
Yeah, this one, July, it was like 20,000.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Damn. And never any incidents? Nothing crazy?
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's with anything, though, anything big. Nothing crazy, you know. It could be like, you know, the city giving us a hard time, or like, you know, just little shit that grows into something big, or, you know, we have to put our pride aside and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're doing you know, not to make it a racy thing, but you know, you're doing a black event and a lot of...
Yeah. You know, the thing is, they probably wouldn't want it, but the money's so good for them.
Because people are flying in from all over for it.
What choices do you have, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
dope.
you get stronghold by the money.
Yeah, hotels are making money,
you know.
liquor, food, restaurants.
Yeah.
How many days is it?
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Dope. We need to get this. We need to get this to the EDM. You know.
Yeah.
Like, you guys need to be shutting down Biscayne like they be doing.
Yeah, that's true. But we have our own thing. It's not as easy for us as it is for them.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. So that's that, man.
Dope.
They have this one song. What's it by? The verb is called The Symphony. Yeah. So,
All right. So we're gonna do it again. Ready?
All right. Yeah. Let's go.
And going.
Stop. Left corner. Up top. Left corner.
All right. What's
Okay.
this, Thursday?
So,
Blue
yeah.
Black
So this is what is it? October. So this is all okay. So this is Carnival weekend. We always do a welcome to Miami. You know, our road leads to, you know, it's something every year. You know, Carnival is very big down here. Very big.
How is it at Euro? Is there a different vibe at Euro during Carnival? Or is it the same?
No, it's Euro because we have our Caribbean night on Friday. You know, when people come in, right back then, it weren't as much people doing Carnival event things, but now it's like we'll just get our base because it's so much things going on in the city now. So so that's just something that we do every year.
Dope.
Okay.
No, you guys are strong with it. And then, well, lastly, you know, we're coming to the end. These podcasts, this show, or podcast, however you want to call it, you can't do it all in one sitting. Obviously, you have a lot. So, of course, you know, in a few more, we'll get through all of these. But on the first one, what I'm starting to do is we're going to go back to your first ever post.
Yes. I was hoping you did that.
Right?
Yeah.
So, do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
You remember your first post? All right. Because the first post to me is a very important post because that's what you set off.
Yeah.
Your this journey, this social media, putting your life on display. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't see a lot of, you know, there's some personal things like you working out, you know, a few other things, you know, the jet skis and things like that, but a lot of it is business.
Yeah.
So with your first post, with that, I'd like for you to also, just in a general sense, what do you post to say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What is your message that you're trying to put out there? I know businessman, you know, like what are the different?
So my very first post is a book bag, right? So
let me get to it.
So every post, some of them are just me, just living in the moment. But the book bag,
which, by the way, there's still a post that you have on the Blueprint Marketing Group that I still need to find this girl for my show.
yeah, I reached out. I reached out.
We still can't find the girl.
I reached out.
All right. So while I'm getting to that, tell me about your purpose here on your page. What is your purpose? What do you post to say? What do you post to let people know?
Well,
what is your main objective?
Every post that I do is just like a walk. You know what I mean? Whether it's me posting with somebody at the moment, those people were like important to me. Like go back to the Shaquille O'Neal post, right?
Shaq here,
right. So look at Shaq. Click on that one right now. I'm standing on a couch.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he's still taller than me.
Yeah.
Yo, the thing about too Shaq, I love Shaq. Mm-hmm. Shaq is one of the realest person ever. I mean, it was no one that ever did it like him. When he came, he wanted to meet all the staff. He went around, he wanted to meet all the staff. He entertained people. It's like he's just
like he was at home.
Yeah. He got on the mic, DJ'd a little, talked a little. He partied with us. I valued that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When people come, you say hello. You all that, fine. Let me leave you alone. That's, you know what I mean? Man, that man was like, yo, let's go hang out tomorrow. It's like, all right, cool.
Dope. Yeah, that means he enjoyed you guys' presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Cameron was like that too.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, yo, hit me up. We'll go party tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
We'll do that. I love people like, because they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
They were genuine. They in there partying with us. And come on, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. I have a quick Shaq story. When I first met him, it was for a shoot. I don't remember what the shoot was for, but we were in there setting up and waiting for him to come. Right, waiting for him to come in. I guess that's when people say that, you have to say no homo. Pause.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know what the lingo is. I don't.
Crazy.
I'm comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't.
Yeah, I don't use it too.
It's a second language to me. I don't know.
Yeah. So we waiting for him to get there, right? So I'm in one of the rooms, and then I say, damn, I gotta use the bathroom. So I go into the spot. It was this really dope studio that we were filming in, where it had like sets that looked like inside houses or whatever, right? So I go through the door, and I see a curtain in front of the door. It's like a beige curtain. So I start trying to move the curtain, but there's something behind the curtain that's blocking me from being able to go and touch it. And next thing you know, it's Shaq standing at the doorway, and he leans down. He leans down because his head was past the doorway, so I couldn't even tell that there was a man standing there. And he leans down and he looks at me, "What you doing, man?" I was like, "Oh, my bad. I thought you was a curtain." He literally was past the doorway, bro. And for the rest of the shoot, he would like look over at me and laugh, like, "Boy, like, yeah, that was funny."
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, he was a good dude. All right, let me keep making my way down to your first post.
Yeah, I have over, I think, 1,300 posts, man.
Shoo. Yeah. So okay, so you basically, would you, I know some of the things you want to do, like you want to act.
I'm going to act.
You're going to act.
You've
been acting.
I've been acting too. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I've been acting on these slow roles, and I know you got me into like 3, and Joe got me into like 1 or 2. Don't remember. But I appreciate y'all. I value you guys, man.
No, for sure. So do you? When will you start? Because here, when people see your page, they're gonna know promoter.
Okay, so that's what I started off with, the tickets for every Thursday. Yeah. The book bag was, because these were all promotions, so the book bag was one of the meaningful ones to me. But let's
Thursday, go there real quick. Let's see what you wrote.
Yeah.
First says Burton backpack.
Yeah, man, that shit. That's my. I don't even know where the fuck that shit is at, but I miss that backpack too. I love that shit, man.
So what made you post that?
It's just a fresh ass backpack.
Mm.
That shit just. I always been a fan of plaid.
Plaid, yeah.
Plaid, yeah. You know.
Okay, dope, dope.
So
your first post ever, which
Yeah.
was, let's see here, how many? That was in August 28th,
August 28,
2012.
2012. Yeah.
So what's this? Why? Because everyone can. At that time in your life, you chose to start with this. What made you start?
Well, Instagram came out in 2011, and we all had a BlackBerry, but Instagram was only for iPhone. So Instagram kind of made me get an iPhone, which it's a great investment, man. I mean, you could say what you want about Apple, whatever the case is, but to be the first trillion and now triple trillion. Trillionaire business in the world says a lot about that company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Steve, set the precedence for any business, before he went home, So, if that just happened to be my very first post on IG, when I got the iPhone, and that was just marketing,
So your first goal with your page was to market.
Yeah, I think that's what I only wanted it for. I'm not really a big social media type of guy. Contrary to what I say, I'm on social media a lot, but thing is it's a part of work. It's the only part of work nowadays. You know what I mean? So I honestly don't think I would be on social media if it wasn't for the business I'm in. I don't have that much follower. I mean, Ralph is the popular one. Hans is the popular one. Omen is the popular one. I'm not that popular. I just get my popularity probably from them. You know what I mean? I piggyback off of them. You know what I mean? I mean, I do know a lot of people. And people knows me. A lot of people knows me as well. But that post right there was, this is how we're gonna do it. I just tell you that I got on Instagram and I posted this as that's the wave to the promotion. That's the start. That will be the first wave of the promotion before Ralph even got on Instagram, and he has a lot more followers than I do. Hans got a lot more followers than I do. They're the popular one, but it's a great platform for marketing, promotions, man. So that was just it. I just wanted to get on there to market, brand. Because even like if you go out now, right quick, and you'll see like the Juve
tickets.
right, Emily B. You go up, it's nothing. I had something captured on I went to the courthouse, and I'm like, dog, this, and I'm at the courthouse, and I'm showing there's nothing like.
You're just trying to find your way.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what this shit is about, and then the food thing was booming. Everybody was doing the food thing, so then I followed through. I ain't had no idea, no clue about this shit.
Yeah, because you could always see the difference in the beginning of someone's timeline.
Yeah.
And towards like more recent, you can see where in the beginning there's a lot of different things, and then when you get closer to the end, there's more of a uniform, more consistency with certain things.
But women are more consistent with this shit. Food.
Yeah. You can't even eat at the table yet until they get their picture.
No. What the?
Yeah, you can't tell.
Nah.
So, excuse me. I'm going to go back to this because the last thing I want to do is I would like to hear, before you took this picture, what was happening that day? Where were you? What do you remember?
I don't even remember, but I see that's on a leather couch. It's probably at the club. Yeah, It's probably at the club.
You don't remember this date, huh?
Nah, shit, I don't even remember yesterday, though. But August 28th was the grand opening. So that date was 2 years exactly from the grand opening.
It was August 28, 2010?
2010.
2010. So
Yeah.
this is 2 years later.
2
Oh,
years
so you was
exactly.
doing the club for 2 years before you even got on social media. Wow.
We was on BlackBerry, I'm telling you.
So you guys are promoting through but you guys are doing all the street
We
team
don't-
stuff too.
That's our claim to fame.
Yeah.
We did flyers better than anybody.
Wow.
We did flyers 20 hours a day.
That's crazy.
Slept for 2 days. Slept for 2 hours.
Huh.
Yeah.
Back out again.
Facebook, 2 hours. Oh, we was at the radio station. We had
99 Jam?
No, we had 2 radio stations. We own our
Oh,
2,
yours.
you know,
Yeah. 92.7, I think it's still around.
92.7. That's not ours anymore. 92.7 and 945. So one thing I didn't talk about is the 94 point. Oh, because this is what you post to. Yeah, we own a radio station, man. We got awarded for being the best radio station of the year twice, and we weren't there because we didn't know. This is a underground award ceremony, you know, for best filmography, you know, best club, best promotion, and we got best radio station, underground radio station.
Dope.
We didn't know, but one of our DJs was there to collect the award. Yeah, you know, it's pretty good.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. All right, dope, man. Well, you know, we'll do this again. We got a lot more to go over at some point, but I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, man.
I'm doing this, and
I'm excited to be a co-host.
yeah,
You my brother, man. I love you,
yeah,
bro.
love you too, my brother.